In this lesson we're going to look at the extraction of zinc from zinc blende. Now, zinc blende is an ore made from zinc sulfide, and the process by which the zinc is extracted from the ore has two steps. First of all, we're going to crush up the zinc ore and heat it. A term that seems to be very popular with examiners is roasted. So we say that the zinc ore is roasted in the presence of air. So in doing so, the zinc sulfide is going to react with oxygen. Okay, so we have zinc sulfide, and that's going to produce zinc oxide plus sulfur dioxide. Now, exam questions connected with this process of zinc extraction from zinc blende often also deal with the contact process because of this sulfur dioxide that's produced. So they then go on to ask you questions about the contact process. Now, we're not going to deal with that in this lesson, but there is a tutorial available in the section on acids and alkalis and also in industrial processes, where you can see how sulfur dioxide is used in the manufacture of sulfuric acid. Okay, so before we go on, we need to balance the equation. So we're going to put a 2 here, 3, a 2 there, and a 2 here. So the next step in the extraction of zinc is going to be the reduction of zinc oxide. Now, this might be carried out in a blast furnace in the presence of coke or carbon dust. Okay, so we have zinc oxide plus carbon gives us zinc plus carbon dioxide. And then to balance the equation, we need to put a 2 here and a 2 here. Here we've got the reduction of zinc oxide by carbon, and probably in questions associated with this process they will go on to ask you about the uses of zinc. So if they don't go on to ask you about the contact process, then they'll go on to ask you about the uses of zinc. So quickly, we're just going to have a look at 4 main uses for zinc, and very important ones. Now, I'm not going to go into any explanations here. There are individual video tutorials which treat each of these 4 uses. Okay, so the first use of zinc is in the manufacture of brass, which is an alloy made from copper and zinc. Okay, so that's a mixture of copper and zinc atoms. There's usually a much higher percentage of copper atoms than zinc. Okay, so in the next use of zinc, we've got the process of galvanizing. So nails and iron objects are galvanized by coating them with a layer of zinc, which protects the iron from oxidation and from rusting. Okay, in the third use is the use of zinc as a sacrificial metal in sacrificial protection. And in this method, blocks of zinc are literally bolted onto iron objects, for example, such as the hull of a ship, or to underground iron piping, and the zinc acts as what is called a sacrificial anode. And so what that means is that the zinc block corrodes at the expense of the iron object that it's protecting. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of that here, but there is a dedicated tutorial to both sacrificial protection and cathodic protection in this same unit. And the fourth important use of zinc is in the manufacture of batteries in Voltaic cells. It is used as the negative anode in Voltaic cells, and in the particular case of these cells, these 1.5 volt cells, the housing of the cell is the negative anode. So the housing of the cells are made from zinc.